Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Sunday, 10th of December 2023. The 10th of December is celebrated as Human Rights Day to commemorate the Universal Declaration of Human Rights on this day in 1948. In 1913, Nobel Prize Award on this day, Indian author and poet Rabindranath Tagore became the first non-European to be awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature for his work Gitanjali. In 1922, Danish physicist Niels Bohr was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for his experiment on the structure of atoms. So the day is important. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper The Hindu states that Guyana, Venezuela presidents to meet on December 14 on border row. Brazilian President Lula's office said he had proposed select contact between sides about setting up talks and that he had also warned Mr. Maduro against any unilateral measures. Chairman of the Special Commission for Defense of Guyana, Escobo Hermanan Escara, stands next to the Venezuela's new map that includes Escobo territory, a swath of land that is administered and controlled by the Guyana, but claimed by Venezuela during an unveiling ceremony in Caracas, Venezuela on December 8, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that United States State Department approves emergency sale of tank ammunition to Israel. The State Department said it had notified Congress of the sale late Friday after Secretary of State Antony Blinken determined an emergency exists that requires the immediate sale of the munitions. Israeli soldiers prepare their tank amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas near the Israeli-Gaza border as seen from the Israel on December 8, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that University of Pennsylvania president resigns as an anti-Semitism testimony draws backlash. Calls for Liz Magill's resignation explode after the Tuesday's testimony in United States House Committee on Anti-Semitism on the college campus. Liz Magill. The Hindu newspaper also states that three arrested from Chandigarh in connection with the killing of Rajput leader Goga Media. The three accused persons, Nitin, Rohit and Udham, were all arrested from the Sector 22 in Chandigarh. Police personnel and FSL team members at the residence of the Sri Rashtriya Rajput Karni Sena's president Sukhdev Singh Goga Mehdi, where he was shot dead by unidentified assailants in Jaipur. Going toward the Indian Express newspaper states that Navy plans to get undersea chariots made in India for special operations will add to capabilities of marine commandos, increase op range. These chariots are undersea vessel and are used by almost all advanced navies. These come in very handy if the Navy has to operate in shallow waters, carry out surveillance or target the adversaries' coastal installations, its ships in harbor. Indian Express also states that a decade and 4 deadlines later, India is set to eliminate Kala Azar this year. Kala Azar is a parasitic infection transmitted by sandflies. It causes fever, weight loss, and spleen and liver enlargement. Left untreated, it can be fatal in 95% of cases. After missing the deadline thrice, India is poised to achieve the elimination target for the visceral leishmaniasis or Kala Azar this year, with no block in the country reporting more than one case per 10,000 people. In October, Bangladesh became the first country in the world to be officially validated by the World Health Organization for eliminating Kala Azar as a public health problem. Indian Express also states that Siberian tigers, our journey from Cyprus to Darjeeling, ends India's 12-year drought. Part of exchange program, India has sent 2 red pandas to Paphos Zoo. India's zoo's long wait for Siberian tigers ended Saturday after the 2 big cats brought from Cyprus as a part of an exchange program will find a home at Darjeeling's Padmaja Naidu Himalayan Zoological Park. It has been successful in conservation breeding of 10 animals, including red pandas, snow leopards, and blue sheep. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that at Conference of Party 28, India calls for clarity on climate finance definition. Bhupendra Yadav, Minister of Environment of India, speaks during a session of Conference of Party 28, United Nations Climate Summit on Friday. Dubai not having a consistent definition of climate finance led to inadequate transparency and insufficient trust among the country's Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav said on Friday, as he raised concerns over the alleged lack of clarity in wealthier countries honoring the $100 billion climate financing commitment they made in the 2009. Hindustan Times also states that Lekhi Dene is responding to Hamas query in LS. MEA says needed a technical correction. External Affairs Minister spokesperson Arindam Bagchi says. The External Affairs Minister clarified on Saturday that Minister of State V. Muralidharan should have been listed as the official replying to a parliamentary question after Minister of the State Meenakshi Lekhi. She said she had not responded to the query as shown in the documents posted on the official website. And sometimes also states that Gujarat's Bani grasslands get government nod for cheetah breeding center. The union government had granted approval for the establishment of the cheetah breeding center in the Bani grasslands of the Gujarat's Kutch district. The state's Minister for the Forest and Environment, Mulubhai Bera, announced. Cheetahs once freely roamed the Bani grasslands in Gujarat, but became extinct in the wild within the state. Going towards the economy of the country, from the business point of view, consumers hopeful about income, employment, but inflation worry. Reserve Bank of India survey. Respondents remained fairly optimistic on the 1 year ahead prospects for the general economic situation, employment, income, and spending. The Consumer Confidence Survey (CCS) released by the Reserve Bank of India showed the survey was conducted from the November to 11 2023 in 19 major states, with responses from 6,336 urban households. Female respondents accounted for 50.1% of this sample. Wages-packed banks ought to shell out additional rupees 12,500 crore a year. IBA pushes for 5-day week. Many countries, including the United States, follow the Monday-Friday working days for banks. Currently, bank branches in India are closed on 2nd and 4th Saturdays every month. The total wages bill of State Bank of India alone for financial year 2023 was pegged at rupees 57,292 crore. Going towards the world news, including British officials in Delhi to discuss FTA's report. Spending on the adaptation to climate change, 5.6% of GDP. India puts on record. Shadows of children for the youngest hostage's life moves forward in the whispers. Watch United Kingdom Prime Minister Rishi Sunak gets locked out of the 10 Downing Street briefly with the Dutch Prime Minister. Joe Biden mocks Donald Trump during the California fundraising trip. Ukraine their aid in growing jeopardy as Republicans double down on their demands for border security. Going towards the science and technology space, junk colliding makes signal we can detect here on Earth. Scientists have figured out an approach to detect really small pieces of space junk when they collide with each other. When pieces of the space debris collide, they send out electric signals. They can help track small debris littering our planet's orbit and potentially helping scientists have both satellites and spacecrafts. A computer-generated image of trackable space junk. Chinese methane-powered private rocket sends satellites into orbit. China-based private space technology firm Landspace launched the methane-powered Zhongqiu 2 rocket carrying 3 satellites on Friday. A rocket developed by China's private space technology startup Landspace Technology launched 3 satellites into the orbit on Friday. The launch vehicle was powered by a mixture of methane and liquid oxygen. SpaceX's Starship lifts off during an orbital test mission on the company's Boca Chica launchpad near Brown Wesley, Texas, United States, April 20, 2023. We tease the problem out of the system and use artificial intelligence to resolve it. Shekhar Sivasubramanian, CEO, Vadhavani Artificial Intelligence. Shekhar Sivasubramanian spoke to IndianExpress.com on how artificial intelligence is being used to solve the problems in agriculture, health, and education sectors. The challenges of the using artificial intelligence and the ecosystem needed to nurture it. Shiva Subramanian is the CEO of the Vadhavani Artificial Intelligence, an independent non-profit institute developing artificial intelligence-based solutions for underserved communities in developing countries. Shekhar Subramanian says, as an organization, we have understood the need to have a sustained presence across the states to collaborate on using artificial intelligence for social impact. At last, this is a famous quotation shared by C.V. Raman, whose full name was Satchandra Shekhara Venkata Raman. Birth anniversary 7 November 1888 up to 21st of November 1970. Was an Indian physicist known for his work in the field of light scattering. Using a spectrograph that he developed, he and his student K.S. Krishnan discovered that when light traverses a transparent material, the deflected light changes its wavelength and frequency. This phenomena, a hitherto unknown type of scattering of light, which they called modified scattering, was subsequently termed as the Raman effect or Raman scattering. Raman received 1930 Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery and was the first Asian to receive Nobel Prize in any branch of science. Mr. C.V. Raman says a famous quotation. He says that the true wealth of a nation consists not in the stored up gold, but in the intellectual and physical strength of its people. Okay, thank you.